Welcome into the live stream here for McCready and Siskey, powered by Rain Total Body Fuel. I'm Neal. It's Tyler.
What it is, sir?
How are you, sir?
I'm cold.
Are you?
Yes.
It is chilly today.
I was telling you before. You love the cold weather.
I do like cold weather.
And so for you to say it's cold, it means I'm freezing. A lot of times when I'm cold, you're like, dude, it's not cold out here. Stop complaining. When you say it's cold, it's validated. It is cold. I don't know how people live like this.
I think they get acclimated. But I don't think you ever are immune from cold. Like when it's cold, it's cold.
Yeah, I can't do it, man. I don't
like today's cold. Like my I guess my delineation of cold is it too cold to go for a walk? And if the answer is yes, it's cold. If I say, is it too cold to go for a run? And today it's too cold to even go for a run. Like you're not going to warm up.
No, it's miserable. It is miserable. And I mean, I just can't do it. You know,
this is like when baseball players in the cold and like, I didn't even feel the cold. I didn't know it was cold. I'm like, oh, shut up.
Baseball, you do. Football, you can get away with it a little bit. Like if you play a ton, you will get away with it pretty quick.
Because you'll warm up.
You'll warm up and you'll be good. Baseball, there's no way you can tell me because you go and you sit.
The captain standing out in left field, he's cold.
Brother, it's cold. And I think they've actually canceled, I need to double check. I think they actually canceled the baseball game tomorrow. They're supposed to play Tupelo. Oxford's supposed to play Tupelo in Tupelo tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. I think it's been canceled. But, brother.
That's not happening.
Yeah, it's no rain. Beautiful, cloudless day outside.
It is a beautiful day, but quite cold. I think throughout the country.
Yeah, it's
on the backside of this.
It's miserable. It's miserable. Miserable. It's terrible. It's terrible. So it's so bad that my truck and your truck don't like the cold either. That's how bad it is. What you got over there?
I was just fixing something.
Oh,
on sound.
You're over there producing?
Yeah, doing a little
sound producing.
Doing a little sound fixing of things.
Yeah, it's cold. So
audio okay for everybody in the stream, by the way, before we start an audio file?
Yeah, people responding. There's Destiny from County Line Campers, the official RV dealer of McCready and Siskey. Let's go.
She says it's cold as hail, as in the ice falling from the sky.
Yes.
Which is a very, very clever play on words.
Yes, love it. Are you ready to roll?
Yeah. I was giving them a minute to respond. If anybody's having
everybody good on audio?
Anybody having audio issues, you're my feedback.
We've got to give you 14 seconds because that's how long the delay is today. Isn't that weird how the delay changes from like between 14 and 30 seconds?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it slows down the damn interwebs. My internet was on and off today. So
there you go. It could be so cold that the internet doesn't want to work.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, we're great. We got good audio.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go.
Cole texted me, said audio's good.
Welcome to episode 262 of McCready and Siskey, powered by Rain Total Body Fuel. I'm Neal McCready. That is Tyler Siskey here on this Thursday, February the 20th. We've been discussing the chilly weather. Hope you're finding a way to stay warm out there wherever you are. Thanks for being with us. We'll be with you for an hour and 15 minutes, hour and 20 minutes, somewhere in there. Here on MPW Digital, please hit the like button if you're in the stream.
Hit the subscribe button, too.
Hit that subscribe
if you haven't
button.
already.
If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. You can turn notifications off if you're worried about that. It won't hurt my feelings. I'll never know. Leave a 5-star review, even if you say something terrible. It's okay. Just hit the 5 stars. All that helps us. And, yeah, that's it. So we're brought to you each and every show by our friends at Rain Total Body Fuel. 300 milligrams of natural caffeine, BCAAs, electrolytes, 0 sugar. It's got what you need to push your limits and achieve all of your myriad of goals. So check them out on Instagram at Rain Body Fuel to learn more.
You know what, Scoops? I'm going with the Rainstorm Tropical again today. I know that's a shocker for you.
It's been a streak for you.
It's been a streak. It has been a swirl streak here. But, I really went with the Tropical today for one other reason. So when I got out of the truck, and I went,
it's not exactly tropical outside.
It is not tropical outside. It was like, I don't know, it's in the 20s down here somewhere.
It was like 13 this morning?
It was 13 this morning. It's in the 20s right now. The sun, Johnny's sunshine is out saying hello right now.
It is, yeah.
Beautiful.
Yes.
But it's still 20-something degrees outside.
Mm-hmm.
And so once I put the Tropical inside the truck and I put it in there, immediately the temperature went to 77.
Is that right?
Yes, immediately. It went from 25
incredible.
To 77. So if you're cold today and you're looking for a little heat in your life, a little sunshine, try the Tropical Rainstorm. That will bring a little sunshine into your day.
It looks warm in Mesa, Arizona. No, that's not Mesa. Wherever the Dodgers train, Camelback Ranch.
Vero Beach, Florida, right?
No, that's Arizona. The Dodgers train.
Dodgers moved?
Yeah, they're in Arizona now.
Well, that's some bullshit.
This game's in Arizona. It looks nice and warm.
I went to
Arizona.
I used to go to spring training every year at Vero Beach and watch the Dodgers play. I didn't know they moved.
No, they moved.
Vero Beach was fun. Scoops, the Cooper Chevrolet chat is already bumping. Right now, remember, you have brand new incentives to get the brand new 2025 Chevy Silverado 1500 Crew Cab. You can get up to $5,700 off of total value. You can get it with combined discounts and offers. You can save over $13,500 off MSRP. Give our good friends at Cooper Chevrolet Buick GMC Hyundai a call at area code 256-236-4481. I see my guy in the chat. We're also brought to you by our good friend Brandon, all the people at PTG Outdoors. Scoops, they are a Camus boats dealer. Right now, if you go and get a boat from PTG Outdoors, the temperature will go to 91 and no humidity. Beautiful breezy day on the water. Go to PTG Outdoors. They are a Camus boats dealer. They have both fresh and saltwater boats. They sell and service Mercury Outboards. They do custom marine electronic installations with Garmin, Humminbird, and Low Ranch products. You can get all of your fishing needs and custom golf cart retrofits. Do you need your golf cart retrofitted? Call our friends at PTG Outdoors. And they will replace all of the batteries will modernize you, will bring you in to the 21st century with a single lithium battery. Located right there in Grenada, Mississippi. Go to the online store. More importantly, go get your special someone a special gift, a little outdoors gift. Go to ptgoutdoors.com or give them a call at 662-459-9311. Scoops, I saw Destiny in there. Here we go.
Yep.
How about this? The official RV dealer of the McCready Siskey Show. County Line Campers, located right there off I-10 exit 38 in Gulfport, Mississippi. Hey, South Mississippi, why settle for a regular getaway when you can take the party on the road? We're kicking off the annual RV Gross sales event here at County Line Campers in Gulfport with deals like this. How about this, Scoops? Do you know that you can get a brand new FR3 class A motorhome with a bath and a half?
No way.
Now for only $149,995.
No, I just don't believe that.
If you are a serious RV person,
yes,
there's no better place to go than County Line Campers. Period. You can also get, how about this, the brand new Cardinal 4-slide front living room, 43-foot fifth wheel.
Wow.
Now for only.
Wait, hold on, don't even tell me. Let me guess.
All right, go ahead.
$1.65 million.
No, $59,995 right now.
That is a deal.
They have rollaway with financing options that fit your budget. Any new RV purchase, check this out. This is my favorite part right here. This is my favorite part. Any new RV purchase comes with a free Yeti Tundra filled with your Mardi Gras essentials.
How about that?
How about that? How about that?
You can say to fill it up with Ghost in the Machine, and they'll go do it.
They'll do it.
How about that?
Come see them 7 days a week right there off I-10, exit 38, like we talked about. And make sure, if you're already on YouTube, listen to this, or hell, it doesn't matter if you're TikTok, if you're on Twitter. I don't think we're on Instagram today. We'll figure that out. Whatever you're on, go to County Line Campers YouTube channel and watch Destiny do the walkthrough videos and all the brand new selections there. They're really cool. I actually watch them. There's a TikTok favorite of mine on my feed. Let's go. When you think about camping, think about County Line Campers.
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Absolutely.
Let's do it. Somebody, some Debbie Downer, left a comment on our video the other day. Said they don't like the way we read our advertising.
Why not?
I don't know.
What do they dislike?
That we do too many ads.
Oh well,
I told them to kick rocks. I didn't tell them to kick rocks. I forgot, but I will. I just reminded myself to go back.
These are our corporate partners
and tell them to kick rocks. These are our people.
These are our people.
These are our people.
Absolutely.
All right, Scoops, you ready to roll?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I thought no better way to start it here. I'm sure Cole's just going to start laughing. I'm sure he'll clip this. So today, On3 reported it. Several other outlets, but I saw it on On3. On3 reported that.
Never heard of that.
That Miami athletes, Carson Beck and Hanna Cavinder.
Still feels weird to say Miami quarterback. Carson
It does.
Beck.
I saw Miami athletes. I didn't say quarterbacks, but it's the Miami athletes. So quarterback Carson Beck and women's basketball player Hanna Cavinder had their vehicles stolen. Overnight.
They just happened to be at the same place. Their vehicles.
Yeah, they just were very close to each other in the parking lot.
Yeah, of course. Sure.
So Carson had his Mercedes and his Lambo stolen, and Hanna had her SUV stolen.
I mean, who among us?
Yeah, Hanna got hers back, or they found it. They haven't found Carson's yet. Last that I heard.
I'm not laughing. I'm just kind of.
Yeah. So, at first people were like, "Oh my gosh!" But you're talking about a walking billboard now. How about this? Miami's like, hey, all you recruits.
See what happens?
Did you see what happened? Some of y'all are trying to make this a negative, right? Some of you guys right here are like, oh, they got their car stolen.
Yeah, there's a lot of crime in Miami, but think about it this way. When your car gets stolen, it's not going to be a jalopy. It's going to be a Lamborghini.
Or Mercedes SUV, whatever, right? G-Wagon.
I mean.
Whatever. But you're talking about a walking billboard. So, hey, per sources, here's what you do. This should go out as a message to all high school and college players.
Okay. You about to give some life advice?
But this is life advice. Can we get some life advice?
You got life advice presented by Cole Walters, State Farm Insurance.
How about that, Mr. YouTube complaining guy?
Cole Walters licensed in auto, home, life, health, business, and even pet insurance for the whole state of Georgia. Contact Cole at 706-525-7850 or ColeWaltersInsurance.com.
So my life advice would be, if you're a high school player or you're a college player and you're looking for an agent, I would call Jeff Hoffman. All right. I know him. We have a,
Jeff?
I know Jeff.
Yeah.
I've met him a few times.
Yeah.
By the way, Jeff has a smoke show of a sister, by the way. I didn't know if you knew that or not.
I did not.
She is a smoke show.
How about that?
I'm talking about 10.
Wow.
His sister is hot.
Really?
Yes. But he is a hell of an agent. And he just happens to represent Carson Beck,
right,
and the Cavinder twins.
Yeah.
So if you are looking to get your Lambo or your G-Wagon to be driving around in the attempt that it does get stolen, I would call Jeff Hoffman at ESM. Hey, my DMs are open on McCready Siskey. I can get you in contact with them. But all kidding aside, Jeff, best agent in the business. So yeah, I would. He does have a smoking hot sister though. Just thought I'd let you know that. She's a smoke show. So there you go. Good dude. Good dude. All right.
I'm not going to talk about the
you don't talk about
the
his sister.
hotness of his sister.
Yeah, but she is a smoke show. All right. Maybe that'll give me some brownie points. You think I can get out of jail? That can get me off the couch at least 2 nights a week after that, right? I can get maybe.
Probably help a little.
I don't know. I also hear that his sister is a 3-time world champ.
Is that right?
Yeah, I do hear that as well. So, but anyway, I just thought that was, I was like, I basically sent a message like, dude, you got to turn this into a positive, man. I was like, I mean, it ain't nothing. Don't worry about them. Yeah, put all that shit up. Yeah. My college clients got their Lamborghini stolen. Yes.
Yeah.
Please put that out there.
And his Mercedes.
And his Mercedes and her SUV. Yeah. Please put that out there. Somebody's got to do it. It might as well be them, right?
Yep.
All right. I'm sure you saw this. The Rick Pitino, a video was put out. I think they put it out.
I did. They put it out. St. John's.
And so, great video.
Former Kentucky coach, former Boston Celtics coach, Louisville, Iona, now at St. John's, doing a great job with the Red Storm, I think is what they're called.
Yes, the St. John's Red Storm. So puts out a video, and he's basically getting after his players a little bit, talking about toughness and mental toughness and fighting through adversity and all this stuff, right? Really good video.
They were struggling to shoot the basketball in the first half, and the missed shots were beginning to bleed over to their effort on the defensive end.
Right.
Guys were down in the dumps a little bit. They were a little sulky, and it was impacting them on both ends, and they were in the process of losing. I think they were down 17 at the half.
Yeah. And so he was getting after him. But look, St. John's, because of the Criteria Club, we play them a lot, they will give you a heart attack in Criteria Club. They come from behind a lot. That's not something that's unusual. But there was a lot of, we're going to call it the Pineapple Pizza Boneless Chicken Wing Brigade, that had their feelings hurt. That's what it was. Their feelings are hurt because of how he was talking to the players. Well, a few things here. One is, if that is against the Pineapple Pizza and Boneless Chicken Wing Brigade, brother, what in the, the generation of people that have gotten so fucking soft, man. Guys, it's, if you think that is bad, you don't need to look. If you're a player out there, if you're a young person and you thought that was bad, okay, that hurts your feelings, I have a news flash for you. You should quit right now, okay? Quit right now. Move to the Bay Area, okay? Move to the Bay Area in California. Put on about 16 masks, okay, while you're driving by yourself in your car, and look for people to give you a hug when your feelings get hurt. You don't need to play sports. You don't need to play sports. That was a great speech. A great speech. Because the one thing that we're losing here, and it's happening really quick, is you're seeing, because of the portal, okay, because of, not the portal, because of immediate eligibility, coaches are not able to coach. They always call it coaching hard, right? Coaching. But here's the deal, is where I feel bad for clips like that. I'll tell you who else I feel bad. We've had him on our show. Buddy Stevens was on our show.
Mm-hmm.
Coach JB hasn't been on our show, but Coach JB has the Coach JB show. He was also on Netflix for Last Chance U. And they got berated by the public about how they were rough on the players and how they talked to players and all that stuff. But here's what you don't see. Before you can coach somebody hard and really get after their ass and attack and challenge their adversity and how they respond and their mental toughness, the players have to know that you love and care about them.
Mm-hmm.
No coach just walks in the door and starts ripping people's ass. No Tucker. Okay, they don't do that. All right, when you roll in there, you have to gain their respect. They have to know that you love and care about them, and you're doing everything that you do is for the betterment of them. They got to know that you're going to help them get where they want to go. Then when you have that relationship developed, now you can get after their ass. No Tucker. Okay, but you have to do that. But when you look at what Netflix did with Last Chance U with Buddy and then Coach JB, when you look at that, they took a 30-second clip of losing your mind on somebody, and that's all they aired. They don't show context. And so I described it like this, okay? Scoops, you're a 3-time world champ. Okay, when you had all three of them were in their teenage years or early teenage, so you had Carson was probably around 13ish, and the girls were getting up there. When you have 3 kids at home, how many times a week did you lose your shit?
Oh, never. I was totally calm at all times.
Seriously though,
I mean, I don't know how many times, but I mean there were times.
All right, so imagine you got 3 kids. Imagine having 105 of them, or imagine being a position coach at receiver. I had 18 of them. Okay. Every day, guaranteed. If you got 18 kids in your position room, so if you coach a larger position, guaranteed one of the 18 is going to do something to piss you off that day. And is going to do something that you have to get after their ass. Guaranteed. And if that's all they film, they don't show you how you're dealing with the other kids, right? And then the other thing about this is that they didn't show that there's probably 18 million, 23 hours and 55 minutes in a day when you put your arm around them or you're loving on them or whatever. They missed that part.
They came back and won the game. The message resonated.
That's the point, right?
That's the part that nobody gets. Listen, I've always said this. I defend the kids. I think a lot of the kids do want to be coached. Now, you're right.
The real ones do.
Yeah, the real ones want to be. I mean,
The competitors do.
They do want to be coached.
How about this? I have never coached a bona fide dude ever. You find the best players on the team, guarantee you every one of them wants to be coached like that. The ones that don't make it, y'all want to know why people don't make it? You want to know why people are so talented and they're 5 stars because the people get them those rankings are in their freaking tidy whities in their grandmother's basement. Y'all really want to know why those kids don't make it? Because they're fucking soft. That's why they don't make it. That's the truth.
Yeah.
Fans don't want to hear that. Why didn't this kid make it? He was so talented. He was so highly ranked. Because he's fucking soft. That's why. They won't tell you that because they signed them and they made a mistake. But when they get there, because they're fucking soft.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean that everything has to always be – everything doesn't have to be turned up to 11 at all times, right?
No, and it's not.
And
in
it's
reality.
not. I mean, sometimes it's just, you just go about your job. But there are days that your team isn't, or certain people on your team are not there, and you need them to get there, and you need them to get there now, and you're coaching them that way. And listen, the part that I found interesting in the pushback against Pitino is that everything he said, forget sports. It's just basketball. Like, at the end of the day, that was one basketball game. Who cares? Everything he said is true. You are going to have adversity. It is not always going to be easy. Everything is not going to go as planned. It's why, like, I know people who are very regimented. Okay, they got everything in their day planned, and they're super organized, and they mean well. But the moment that something in the day doesn't go as planned, they sort of melt down. Well, you got to get past that, right? Sometimes, what his point was, sometimes the shots aren't going to fall.
Correct. In life, too.
And that, yeah, I mean, obviously in basketball, you get a shot, rims out. In life, you think you got a promotion, you don't get it. You think something, you got your finances all kind of in order, and then boom, you got a car expense out of the blue. You got to go to the hospital for something, and suddenly you've got this $2,500 payment staring over you, right, that you weren't prepared for. Well, you got to suck it up, figure it out. It might not be easy, might be a little stressful, but you're going to get through it. And that was his message. His message was
great.
It's not always going to go the way we design it to go on this end of the floor. And when it doesn't, you can still play defense. That's what he was saying. It's basically a life analogy. There are going to be things that aren't going to go your way, and when they don't, you've got to suck it up in the other areas of your life.
Yep.
That was what he was trying to say. And these people that get offended that he raised his voice, he didn't challenge anybody on a personal level. He just said, where'd you guys grow up to be this way? It was his way of saying all of you are tougher than this. And it turns out he was right. They came out in the second half and they played elite defense and they won the game.
No doubt. And that's just, the coaches, and I'll say this.
T-Gun says in the McCready and Siskey TikTok gone again.
No, we still good. We still good, T-Guns. Since they have added the app back.
Yeah.
By the way, they've added the app back, which means somebody's buying it and they haven't said yet, but they don't put it back by accident, right?
Yeah.
It's been good. We're good. We've been a little bit more lenient on that kind of stuff. We turn the page. All right.
It's been Elanized.
It's been Elanized. He's probably one of buying it, right? No, but if you look at like I always use this guy as an example because he's very popular. A lot of people know who he is, but like Rich Rod, dear friend of mine. I love him to death. But if you watch, I hate it for Rich Rod. Coach Saban was the same way, and people are now getting to see Coach Saban for on TV and seeing him off. But when TV and media, that's all they put out there. So like Rich Rod, it never failed. We used to not have a press box camera. Guess when we got a press box camera? When Rich Rod was sitting in the press box. And what did they show? The only thing that camera was up there for is when he lost his shit.
Yeah.
That's it. But what people don't know, and what people don't know about Rich, is you can't find a player that doesn't love Rich. because he loves you don't take it personal. So when you get your ass ripped, no Tucker.
He got to know more players personally than most coaches do.
I will go as far as to say Rich Rodriguez, of any coach that I've ever coached with, knew the collective of players on both sides of the ball as a coordinator better than any coach I ever worked with.
Yeah.
I mean, he had defensive guys in there, and that's very unusual in the college setting. He had defensive guys in his office all the time, but you can't find now when you get on the field. He's got high expectations.
It's time to go to work.
And so I say this,
Yeah, sure.
and this is probably why, like, if this is where we're going, the society's going like this, it's probably a good reason, a good thing I'm not coaching. But here, in my opinion, okay, a good coach, all right, a good coach, your responsibility as a coach, your charge, what you were designed to do as a football coach or any coach, is you don't allow the players to fall short of their goals and their aspirations and their level. And so sometimes some players you don't have to push to get there. They get there on their own. But some players you got to poke and prod a little bit to get them to reach their potential.
Here's the thing in sports, Tyler. A season's going to end one of two ways. You're either going to end with the big gold trophy,
or you're not.
Or you're not.
Yep.
And so if you're not, there's only one satisfactory way to end it without winning the big gold trophy. And that is to be able to walk back into that locker room after losing the final game and saying, I hate them, but they're better than us. Or this was a coin toss game. And sometimes in a coin toss game, you get the wrong side. And that happens. Happens a lot. But boy, when you lose because you underachieved, or you lose because you weren't prepared, or you lose because you weren't focused, that's brutal to live with.
It is.
And that's all he was trying to say was there's going to be a time when you're going to have some toughness about you. The NCAA tournament's right around the corner. It's the moment you tip it off, right? It's the reason the whole country watches. We love brackets. Loser goes home. It's not a best of 7. It's that moment. You got to be locked in right now.
Yeah.
That's all he was trying to say. And in the tournament sometimes, you play the 11 o'clock game in Providence, Rhode Island, and there's 12 people in the arena when the game starts, and you got to suddenly bring your own energy.
Yep.
It's different. But here's the thing. We've spent 20 minutes giving these people the attention they don't deserve. We've got to get to a place where the people that bitch about this, we just ignore them. Leave them behind. Quit trying to bring them along. Quit trying to go, hey, listen, it's okay, Sugar Plum. No, just move on. Lose. Go lose. I don't care. Lose. Be a loser. I don't give a anymore.
Yeah.
Go lose. That's where we need to be as a country a little bit, and quit being this whole, well, we just all need to lock arms and get through this together. It takes a village. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It does not. It does not take a village. You can do it. Sans Village. Just suck it up. Go.
They are.
Worry about the people that matter to you and the people that oh, no, we can't do that. Yes, you can.
T-Gun says they are the vocal minority. I know, but they piss me off. I know. They piss me off, though.
That's like I told you this before. I knew I was doing a good job with Carson when his little club team, they finished second place in this tournament, and they made him stay, Got to stay. You got to take the picture with their damn medals.
Oh.
And I looked at him. I watched him the whole time. He had a look on his face of, I hate this medal. He took the picture, walked to the nearest trash can. I said, yes, sir.
Yeah, don't even get me started on the congratulations. We went. I think it was
when they get rings for finishing 4th in the 5-team.
I was coaching.
Tournament.
I was coaching with Ronnie Williams and Rodney Robinson, and we were up there in is it Horn Lake? Not Horn Lake. It's whatever the big one is in South Haven, the big tournament up there. I don't know. There's like 20-something teams in it or whatever. We stunk it up. We were probably like the 3rd or 4th best team there,
Yeah.
but we played like shit in the pool play. And so we got put in the consolation bracket.
Yeah.
And we won it.
Yeah.
Okay. We won it. Well, they come out and give the rings and stuff. I told this a long time ago. Come out and give the rings or whatever. And
consolation bracket rings.
Brother, no, I'm not shitting you. And so we're pissed because we should be playing in the other bracket, you know, and we're playing these kids up there throwing like 30-mile-an-hour bat in practice. You know, it's just bad. And we run through that bracket and win the and one of the kids was like, "Let's go, guys. Let's go. We're getting ready for the championship game." I can't remember if it was Ronnie or Rodney. One of them goes, "Congratulations, we're playing for 13th place." and then I can't remember if they gave the rings to Ronnie or they gave them to Rodney, but they walked by after they gave the rings. You're supposed to give them to your kids or whatever.
Yeah.
He went and threw them in the damn trash can. That shit was great.
That's
anyway,
great.
All right.
Hey, speaking of, real quick, I know you got something else you're going to get to.
Yep.
Speaking of rings,
Uh-oh.
U.S. playing for a ring tonight.
America.
Is
this the hockey one?
Yeah.
All right. I will say one little thing on this and then I'll let you go on what you're going to say. I'm going to watch this game, okay? I'm going to watch this game because, by God, I'm an American. I'm going to watch this game. It will be the first hockey game I've watched all year. I do watch playoff hockey, and I try to keep up with it a little bit until then as we get closer, but it just takes me a little bit to get into hockey. I will watch this. I do not care. I just want this to go on record. I do not care if the United States loses the game 46-3.
God, that'd be a lot of goals.
Okay, I don't care. But by God, let me tell you something, America. We better not lose a damn fight. Okay, hey, long as we go undefeated in the fights, I'm good.
Well, our president this morning on Truth Social, he says, "I'll be calling our great American hockey team this morning to spur them on towards victory against Canada, which with far lower taxes and much stronger security will someday, maybe soon, become our cherished and very important 51st state. I will be speaking before the governors tonight in D.C. and will sadly, therefore, be unable to attend. But we will all be watching, and if Governor Trudeau would like to join us, he would be most welcome. Good luck to everybody and have a great game tonight. So exciting, President Donald J. Trump."
You knew he couldn't wake up ready to fire that one off. That one's been whoever wrote that one. He probably did it himself. You know when they fired that one off, they go, "Oh,
I feel safe that he wrote.
He wrote that. That you can tell when the ones he writes. That was He felt excited to fire that one off
with far lower taxes and much stronger security. Just trolling an entire.
I like
country.
how he hit him with Governor Trudeau. He's welcome to join us in the governor's meeting. Great.
Oh man.
All right. Speaking of funny stuff. So I didn't know if you saw this. They caught 3 of the 4 Chilean. Is that saying I'm not saying that right?
Chilean. Mm-hmm.
Burglars who were on a crime spree.
This was Burrow, right?
This was Burrow, Mahomes, Kelsey. Starting in October, they went on a 3-month-long crime spree where they were. I mean, this thing was well thought out.
This is when Burrow's supermodel babysitter called the called the police.
Yeah, when everybody's house gets broken down. They didn't name the players, but one of them was a Grizzly. It goes deeper.
Mm-hmm.
This is a 3-month thing. One of them was a Memphis Grizzly player they haven't named. But basically, they were, and they kind of told the scheme and stuff. They were a group of Chilean burglars, and they've come across, and they were scouting and monitoring schedules, and they were surveillancing the houses to know when people were coming and going, who were staying and going, and security guards and everything else. Know where people are out of town, and they would had a whole thing of fake IDs to go rent cars. They were renting cars and then ditching the cars and then changing fake IDs. It's a big, very complex scheme. Okay. But how did they get caught, Scoops? Welcome to the 21st century. They are also part of the Pineapple Pizza Brigade. How did they get caught? After all of that, for 3 months across America, nobody caught them. They were covering their tracks. But how did they do it? Because they couldn't help themselves. They were taking selfies with the stolen merchandise and uploading it on the internet.
Idiots.
Like, of all this shit. Like, look, you go get enough fake IDs, like really good fake IDs to go rent. They rented like Airbnb. They rented houses. They rented hotels. They had a hole for 3 months. They managed to escape and not be tracked. But how did they get caught? By taking fucking selfies with stolen merchandise and uploading on the internet. So hey, just because you think you're a great criminal, you are a dumbass. Like, common sense also doesn't apply there just because you're too smart. Like, what the hell are we doing? Look, what are we doing?
I don't know. I tell you what, that's not your fresh moves of the week. But the fresh moves of the week are brought to you by Wendy's when it comes to making the best hamburgers around the.
By the way, before you start, I'm a little upset that we lost Saucy Nugs. Can we bring those back on the next time Wendy's? I mean, I got to come up with something.
You have to talk to Wendy's about that.
All right, go ahead.
When it comes to making the best hamburgers around, the basics matter. And Wendy's, well, they've got all those burger basics on lock. And boy, does it show. I've got to work on the commas in this. People don't write the commas. So what's the secret to all those hot and juicy hamburgers? It's simple. Wendy's always crafts their hamburgers with that fresh, never frozen beef they're famous for. The result? Hot and juicy, beefy hamburger perfection every time. No matter which hamburger you order from the Wendy's menu, you already know that thanks to those Wendy's burger basics, it's going to be exactly what you were craving. I mean, as long as what you crave is a hot and juicy burger, a burger made just for you, not one that's waiting for you, Wendy's has you covered. After all, the perfect burger doesn't spend its time waiting around. So when you want a hot and juicy burger made fresh just for you, it's got to be Wendy's. Fresh is kind of their thing, you know. Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada, our 51st state, but it's not available in Hawaii. Go to Wendy's. Taste the difference in a hamburger. We're also brought to you, this show is sponsored by, I should say, BetterHelp. What do you want your 2025 story to be? In 2025, maybe you're ready for a plot twist, or maybe there's a part of your story you've been wanting to revise. Life isn't about resolutions that fade by February. It's about picking up the pen and becoming the author of your own life. Think of therapy as your editorial partner, helping you write new chapters and create the meaningful story you deserve to live. I've benefited from therapy in my life. It gave me the tools to deal with some dark thoughts, anxiety, put past failures in context. Therapy empowers you to be the better and the best version of yourself. It isn't just for those who've experienced major trauma. BetterHelp is fully online, making therapy affordable and convenient, serving more than 5 million people worldwide. You get to access a diverse network of more than 30,000 credentialed therapists with a whole range of specialties. Easily switch therapists anytime at no extra cost. Write your story with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/MPW today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/MPW.
Scoops, we had a great idea today we're doing a TikTok live earlier today. Had a great idea here. Since I guess Elon, speaking of Trump and his deal, they're talking about giving every taxpayer $5,000 back off the savings.
Yeah.
Do you know what you can do with that $5,000? You can turn that $5,000, if it comes, into $7,500. How do you do that? You go to Kia of Meridian. And if you put $2,500 down right now at Kia of Meridian, they're going to match it with another $2,500. Big savings happening right now at Kia of Meridian. You can get $10,000 in rebates and 0% financing on select vehicles. Plus, for a limited time, that's right, they're matching you up to $2,500 on that down payment. That means more car for your money all month long. Don't wait. These deals won't last. Visit Kia of Meridian. Kia of Meridian, where great deals drive home with you. Give them a call at 601-483-6444. And don't forget, Scoops.
No way.
When you buy.
Are you about to say what I think you're about to say?
I think I am. When you buy that brand new ride from Kia Meridian.
Are you telling me that you get a brand new Kia?
Yeah, and this goes out.
And there's more.
Yeah, and this goes out to that guy that was complaining about the ad reads. Mm-hmm. You too, sir. And you can buy a brand new Kia from Kia Meridian. And Travis will say, it's okay. You keep complaining, but all you get to do is spin the wheel and win awesome prizes like a PS5, an Xbox, a TV, and more.
Right, if that doesn't cheer you up, I don't know what will.
Yeah, if that don't, I don't know what to.
Really, nothing will at that point.
And hey, look, if that doesn't cheer you up, and look, considering, sir, that you probably live in your grandmother's basement, and you are in your tidy whities and you're eating cold pizza and you're asking, Ma, where's the meatloaf? You know what you can do, sir? You can go to County Line Campers and you can get you an RV and you can put it right in your mom's backyard so you can still be home and you can still yell at mother to tell her to bring you the meatloaf. Go to County Line Campers, the official RV dealer of McCready and Siskey. Are you going to settle for a regular getaway when you can take the party on a road? Right there at County Line Campers, they're kicking off the annual RV Gross sales event right there. Check this out, Scoops. When you buy an RV right now from County Line Campers, do you know what they're going to do? They're going to throw in a free Yeti Tundra filled with your favorite Mardi Gras essentials. You can come see them 7 days a week. Exit I-10.
That's every day.
Or excuse me, I-10. That's every day. That's
every day.
Every day ending with a Y. Every day ending with a Y.
Every week seems to have 7 days.
Isn't that crazy?
Never 8. Never 6. 7.
Unbelievable. It's like 365 of them every time we go around the sun, right?
Except every 4 years, there's 366.
Oh, gotcha. That's true.
Yeah.
Every 4 years.
But even then, it's still 7 days in the week.
That's it. But you can get that 7 days a week right there off I-10, exit 38 in Gulfport, Mississippi. Where, you know what, Scoops? Do you know that they got a brand new Entendre Mercedes diesel Class C motorhome right now for $94,995 right now?
Incredible.
You can get a new Gulfstream bunkhouse travel trailer right now for $16,899.
No way.
Like, what are we doing?
No way.
What are we doing? Let's go.
No way. It's like they're giving them away.
And make sure you go to, if you're on YouTube, if you're on TikTok, it doesn't matter. Go to YouTube, follow County Line Campers, subscribe to their YouTube channel, and you can watch Miss Destiny perform her walkthroughs on the YouTube channel, and you can check out all the brand new RVs. It's actually, they do a really good job with social media. It's awesome. It's actually fun to watch. They make it very entertaining. So go to County Line Campers, follow them on all their social media channels right there. All right, Scoops.
Yep.
This is quick. This is not meant to be a discussion, more of a notification because we've already discussed this. But Texas joins the long list of teams announcing they're not going to have a spring game.
I can't believe it.
I mean, aren't you shocked?
Stunned.
Stunned.
If I were any more shocked, I'd wake up with my head sewed to that carpet right there.
I love it. Yeah, that's awesome. I just saw that and started laughing today. So maybe, hey, look, all you guys need to tag when you see that social media post today about Texas not having a spring game. Y'all probably need to tag CBS Sports, so maybe they know that, hey, people are not having spring games this year. Shocker. All right, the NCAA Rules Committee is also expected to meet on the AFCA rule proposal about faking injuries next week. Probably won't have a decision until probably between April and June is when they usually do that. About if a player is injured, then you have to sit out the whole series. That is the rule that's being proposed, and they will vote on to keep fake injuries from happening. I will say this. That's going to be an NCAA-wide rule. You saw a little bit of this in the playoffs. The SEC, to their credit, Greg Sankey did enough of the fining. SEC kind of had it under control towards the end of the season. I think he found enough people that they got that shit. Like, it really wasn't an issue towards the end in the SEC play.
Yeah.
Problem was when you got to the playoffs and things like that it came back into play because Greg Sankey doesn't govern the other team. So that's going to be an AFCA rule that was proposed in January. That's going to be voted on or be met on next week. We'll have a final vote. So look for that. I expect that to go through, by the way. All right. I want to talk a little bit. We're going to move to some hoops, talk a few things here. I want to talk about Wemby, which news popped after we were getting ready to do the show. But the first thing I want to talk about, really disappointed with the NBA on this. And I think this is the lack of common sense inside of the front office here of the NBA. Bucks big Bobby Portis Jr. from Arkansas.
One of the most respected players in the league.
Yeah, he's been around probably almost 10 years now, 8 or 9 years. I think his last year at Arkansas. He's like 15, 16, somewhere in there.
I'll look it up on Basketball Reference. He's been in the league a while.
Almost 10 years, I think, right around there. But Bobby Portis Jr., he was suspended 25 games for violating the NBA's drug policy. All right, for those that have been under a rock, the NBA's drug policy has changed over the years. The biggest recent change has been they've taken away cannabis. There's no more cannabis testing. That's probably going to get me a strike right there. I need to watch for it. There's no more testing for that.
He broke into the league with the Chicago Bulls 2015, 2016. He was with the Bulls for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Spent a year in Washington, a year in New York with the Knicks, and he's been with the Bucks now for 5 seasons.
Gotcha. So, but he gets suspended 25 games. And here is what happened. So I guess his assistant, he was having some elbow pain, and he took one tramadol pill. Okay, and I'll explain this to people. I'll break it down for you guys in a second. He thought it was Toradol.
Right.
All right, and I mean, a lot of names. Like, I can see the mistake there. Which Toradol is not obviously not on the banned substance list, but surprisingly, tramadol is. And so he got suspended for 25 games. All right, so a few things here. Well, the NBA dropped the ball on this. So he gets 25 games for that. And pretty much across the board, if you go and look at the NBA suspensions in the past, that's kind of been their thing. If you mess up on the drug policy, they're going to give you 25 games, okay? But this needs to be, like, reviewed and appealed and everything else, because tramadol is like, for me personally, when I've had surgery in the past, like, I don't want to take all those other ones. Okay. I want to stay away from, told you. Got it. Didn't get the ban, got the restriction.
Okay.
It's okay. I'm going to turn off TikTok. Y'all come to MPW Digital, because I don't need to get banned again. Come to MPW Digital on YouTube. So
they need to fix that. That's weak on their part.
Yeah, it is.
It is. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, we don't know who owns it. We don't know who to yell at. All right. But anyway, so tramadol is like, when I didn't want to take the Lortabs and all that stuff,
yeah,
it's and it's prescribed. It's a very extremely weak painkiller. And that way you don't have to worry about getting addicted and all that stuff, as opposed to the other stuff. And he takes one pill and he gets busted for 25 games. John Morant got 25 games for publicizing the Second Amendment and strip clubs in Memphis. All right, he got 25 games for that. You look at somebody like a few years ago, Malik Beasley. He got 12 games for pleading guilty to a felony charge of threatening to commit a crime of violence. And this guy gets 25 games for taking a pain pill that probably gave him about 2.5 hours of relief. I think that's and when you're in athletics, I know this is a weird part of athletics that the Pineapple Pizza Brigade don't like to talk about. Newsflash: athletes, particularly professional athletes and college athletes, they take pain medicine from time to time to get them through games. And for this to be why it's ridiculous. It's not a performance enhancing drug.
Not even a little bit.
And so for me, that's where when it comes to drug policies, just as my personal opinion, if it's like a true street drug, cocaine, heroin, all that stuff, yeah, okay. But if it's human growth hormone, anything like that, yeah. And I can even get the blood doping and cycling that's going to performance enhance. This stuff is ridiculous. He got 25 games for it. That's 25 games for that. That's really bad on the NCAA. That's terrible. 25 games by the NBA. Excuse me. That's terrible. All right, I want to talk about this Wembanyama thing. This kind of broke a little after lunch today, right before we came over here to do the show.
Mm-hmm.
Really sad. So he's out for the rest of the season with basically blood clots, thrombosis.
Deep vein thrombosis in his, I want to say left shoulder, one of his shoulders.
Yeah, in his shoulder.
He had been having energy issues, and the team was concerned about it. And when he was at the All-Star game this past weekend in San Francisco, still was struggling with his energy. They decided to start running a battery of tests and discovered this. They believe that this is a one-off. The Spurs do. All their medical people, they believe that this is an isolated incident that can be alleviated and eliminated, and that this will not impact his career long term. But obviously, it's a concern. There are players who have had this happen, and it's a one-off, and it never happens again, and they're good. But it's something that they'll have to watch as they move forward.
It's ended some of them.
Yeah, it is. It has been. I'm sure there's a lot of anxiety around the Spurs, around Wembanyama's people, and then Wembanyama himself. He is to say he is a unique talent is an
Well,
understatement.
he's probably going to be a generational player.
Well, he is a generational talent who can do really anything. He is certainly the face of international basketball right now, and one of the most recognizable young players, probably recognizable players in general on the globe right now. So it's if it's just a one-off thing that can be, it's no big deal. They were probably, the Spurs were probably not going to make the playoffs. The Spurs were probably going to be careful with him late this season anyway. The Spurs don't mind losing right now because they wouldn't mind winning the draft lottery, increasing their odds there. But no, this is certainly a concern.
Yeah, it's just, but I feel, I mean, it's bad. You know what I mean? Like it's a sad deal because you don't want to lose a generational talent, and people have been lost over this for a career. And it just depends on if it is a one-off or not. I hope, for the sport's sake, I hope it, because he's going to be, regardless of if you're an NBA fan or not, he is going to be the face of the NBA or one of the faces of the NBA for decades, for 10 plus years.
Yes.
And so you don't want to lose a talent. I mean,
people have been talking about Victor Wembanyama since he was 12, 13 years old.
He's probably the best prospect to come into the NBA in how many years?
Since LeBron.
Yeah. So, you just don't want to lose those type of guys. So there you go.
I mean, he's, in terms of like generational expectations, it's since LeBron James.
Yeah, it's just a sad deal, I know you're a huge NBA fan and you watch it. I know how excited you were for him to come into the NBA, right? I mean,
he's a great player. He's incredibly fun to watch. He kind of does everything. He's not a traditional big, he's not like Ralph Sampson back in the day that just, stood underneath the basket and you threw him the ball and he made some post. Victor Wembanyama can shoot threes. He can dribble. He can
block your shot standing flat-footed.
He can create. He's a special defensive player.
Yeah.
And what happened to him? Did he get hurt?
No idea.
He must have gotten hit by a ball or something. The way he's reacting.
Brock took one in the eye socket Saturday. That was fun.
Well, that happened to me in high school. I had to have surgery.
Well, his was on. He was.
Oh yeah, he got hit.
He was stealing second and got hit by the throw on the bag.
Oh,
so he didn't get it. It wouldn't have hit. So it wasn't going 100 or anything, but it probably didn't feel good. He'd be all right. All right. College basketball midweek review. We're just going to go over the scores and briefly talk about the games, SEC games from this week. Florida beats Oklahoma. Not a shock there. 85-63. Not a shock at all. Florida's playing well. Florida's going to get their guys back. Heads up. I think I'm going to go ahead and put a nice little futures bet on Florida to win the whole thing. I'm starting to lean that way. Mississippi State, a little surprising to me. Mississippi State beats Texas A&M 70-54. Not surprised that they won. Surprised with how they controlled the second half. They really dominated the second half. Mississippi State's playing well the last few weeks or last few games. They have this weekend. This weekend they're at Oklahoma, so they can get a little run going here. So Mississippi
State's good, man. I've been saying this all year. They're a good team.
They had that lull right there for a little bit.
They had
and now they've picked it back up.
They had a little lull where I think they were trying to figure out some things they were trying to do as it pertains to Hubbard. Felt they had some games where Hubbard took too many shots, and they kind of worked their way through that. And I like their team. I got people kind of made fun of me middle of the year because I said I thought they were one of those teams that could make a deep run, and I still do. But
I think the SEC, I was talking about this earlier down the live. I think the SEC, based on how deep of a run you make, is going to be about your draw. If we're talking about all these SEC teams being in it, who are you matched up with?
Who do you match up with?
You don't want to be probably a 7 seed or an 8 seed or a 9, a 7, 8, 9, 10, because the second round you're going to be matched up with a 1 or 2 seed.
Yeah.
But if you're basically,
but look, if you're an SEC team, you've played a bunch of 1s and 2s this year. You're used to that. You've played Alabama and Auburn and Florida and Tennessee and Missouri, and Texas A&M. You've played a bunch of teams that are going to be on the 1, 2, 3 lines. You're not going to be like, oh God, we're playing a great team. No, you've played great Florida. I left them out. You're playing great teams. I mean, these SEC teams aren't going to be intimidated. I mean, like the Friday of the SEC tournament in a couple of weeks is going to look like an Elite Eight.
Yeah, it's going to be wild. I'm looking forward to it. All right, LSU beats South Carolina 81-67.
LSU's played pretty well lately. They deserve some credit for the way that they've played of late. They've won. They almost beat Arkansas. They almost beat Ole Miss. They beat Oklahoma. Now they beat South Carolina. They
solidifying their bid to the NIT.
Well, they have solidified. Yeah, I mean, but what they've done is they've given themselves a little something to build on going into the offseason.
Yep. All right, Auburn beats Arkansas 67-60, which that score is not indication of the actual game. It was like I was watching the Auburn-Tennessee game all over again. They were in a rock fight, and then they had it to one possession inside of a minute. Like it was a tight game.
I think the game was it tied or Arkansas down 1 with like 3 minutes left?
Yeah, no, it was tight.
Yeah,
but
the difference to me in that game was two things. One is very basic. Arkansas missed a bunch of free throws.
Mm-hmm.
Auburn didn't, or they didn't late anyway. Maybe they did early, and then you could tell that Auburn is used to winning and Arkansas's used to not winning. Because little things. I mean, even something as basic as like the three ball that rims out that would have, I think given Arkansas the lead late, Zivix or whatever.
I was trying to remember what the score was when that happened, but
he took one that looked like it was in. I don't think he made a 3 all night. I think he was like 0 for 9, 0 for 10 from 3. But Auburn just makes plays. They just make plays.
Well, they're good.
They
Is it too late for Arkansas? Have they woken up too late and missed some opportunities early in the league play to
No, but it's late.
You know what I mean? Like,
no, it's not.
If they were playing this
late.
well early in if they were playing the way they're playing right now at the start of the conference,
no, they'd be in a different boat.
They'd be in a different spot,
but
right?
No, it's not too late. But I think
getting there.
I think they have to win. I think they have to win Saturday against Missouri.
Yeah,
and if they do, and that's a big if they do, I think they have a path where they could easily or comfortably get there. And then we'll save this debate for 2 weeks from now, but the debate will be, and I don't know the answer to this, the debate will be what does the SEC tournament mean to the committee? Are they watching those games going, all right, so I've got 7 and 11, let's say, Arkansas going up against, 10 and 7 Ole Miss. Ole Miss is in. If Arkansas were to win, is that like, oh, well, there's another 8 there? I don't know.
Yeah.
The last couple of years, it has seemed like the tournament didn't mean anything.
So here's my thing, though, right? And I'm asking, okay? I'm genuinely asking the question. Is the reason that the SEC tournament or any tournament really, when was the last time we had, all right, let's say an Arkansas makes a run, like Grinds in the chat. He says Arkansas will make the final in Nashville, not if not win it. Okay, let's say that Arkansas makes the final. Okay,
sure.
Let's just presume that. Why would they not, like in the past, if they made the final, you could get there with not really you playing a bunch of bubble teams.
Yeah.
But now you're going to be, to do that, you're going to have to stack really high quality wins along the way.
Realistically, for Arkansas or a team in their spot to make the final, they would have to beat 4 teams that are headed to the tournament.
You know what I'm saying? Like, in the past, could we say that?
No.
You know what I'm saying? So now does it mean more? I guess that's my question, and I'm genuinely curious. Does the tournament mean more now because if to make those kind of runs, you're going to have to beat teams that are really good nets?
It's going to come down to one thing. Well, you just said it. It's going to come down to how the net is viewed by the committee. Does the committee do what the committee said it would do before the season, or does the committee change the
rules, move the goalpost?
Do they move the goalpost?
Yeah,
I don't know.
All right, Missouri beat Alabama last night, 110-98. They cut it to 6. It was at 6 points. Missouri had a 6-point lead after about 30 seconds, and then Alabama cut it to 6, I think, twice in the second half. But that was about it. Missouri shot the lights out.
Yep.
Missouri at home scored and defended home court. Alabama was up and down the court. They would make runs, but they got down too much. They were down 12-0 at the start of the game. They just never couldn't catch up. Interesting for Alabama now. Okay, very interesting for Alabama. They host Kentucky on almost, I would think, not a must win, but this is for seeding and stuff like that. But they still got to play Alabama, Tennessee, and Florida. Auburn, Tennessee, and Florida to close the season.
Yeah.
So you've lost 2 in a row. They need to get right in a hurry for that. So, but Missouri, dude, Missouri's good. And
Missouri's really good. And when you watch all of these games, this is the part that I hope people are understanding. When you see all of these teams in the league and how good they can be, you just talked about Arkansas a minute ago, Alabama, Missouri, and you look at Auburn's conference record. I don't think people are completely understanding how historically good this Auburn team might be. To run the race that they have been charged to run, and to only stumble twice against 2 teams that right now would absolutely be 1 seeds in the tournament. Those are the only 2 teams that have beaten them. They lost at Duke and they lost to Florida. That's it. Nobody else has beaten them. And they're getting everybody's best shot. And they just hold people off. They go to Tuscaloosa and win. They come home and play a kind of a desperate Arkansas team that I thought had a really good plan last night. And they just hold them off and win the games. That's what they do. I don't know that they're getting enough credit for it.
Somebody asked me this, and it's a good question, because basketball's tough. Because you go in a bracket, 68 teams, go in the bracket.
Yeah.
A lot of times the best team doesn't win it.
Often.
What round being put out of the NCAA? I'm telling you, Auburn doesn't win it.
Yeah.
Okay, the guys come down and say, Neal, Auburn doesn't win it.
Yeah.
How far must they go for it not to be considered a disappointing season at this point?
Regional final.
So Elite Eight?
Yeah. At some point, you play a game that gets kind of coin tossy.
Yeah.
And so if you and I are playing a game of coin toss, right, and it comes down to 1 coin toss, well, it's either going to be heads or tails. That happens some in the tournament. Maybe it just bounces my way and I win. Doesn't have anything really to do with you. That happens in the tournament.
Right.
But, yeah, it's going to take something like that. I guess if they got bounced in the second round, I'd say, oh, what a disaster. If they got bounced in the Sweet 16, I would say, what a disappointment. Anything after that, you're doing pretty well. But, I think here's the difference. I think if you asked anybody on that team, anything short of cutting down nets on that Monday night is going to be a disappointment.
Grind says, I'm not going to call the season a disappointment no matter what. Now, Grind, you and I both know that in the first round, if freaking UNC Greensboro goes and runs Auburn out, you're going to be pissed.
But I don't think this team's losing games.
Yeah, no,
like that.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think this team is special. They are battle tested in this league.
All right, Kentucky walked Vandy last night, 82-61. They win by 21 points, but this game wasn't like that.
They shot it so well in the second half.
The game wasn't a blowout like that. That was a touchy game for a while, and then Kentucky, fighting through injuries.
Look at the Cubs. Look at the Cubs. They're scoring runs against the Dodgers. We're going to win the whole thing.
Yeah,
we're beating the Dodgers right now. This whole thing's over.
That guy that just scored will be starting to see in single A. All right, weekend. All right, we got Tennessee at Texas A&M. Yeah. If you enjoy rock fights, this is your game.
If you enjoy locked-in coaches who know how to coach defense, this is absolutely your game.
All right, so note to all SEC officials out there, if you've been assigned the Texas A&M Tennessee game for Saturday, will you please let them play? The worst thing you can do for the fans right here is to blow the whistle every 2 seconds. Because these 2 teams, if you are strict on the whistle, you'll be shooting. It'll be a game of free throws, which it may be anyway. But let them play. 2 great defenses, 2 great. I love watching A&M on the glass. They get after it. This is a rock fight. If you're looking for an offensive explosion game, not your game to watch, but it'll be a defensive game. All right, Mississippi State at Oklahoma.
Blowout.
I think Mississippi State rolls even though it's on the road. I really like State on this one.
Won't matter.
All right, Ole Miss at Vandy. Be very interesting here. Ole Miss has had the midweek off.
It's a big moment for Vandy
after a home game that they were not happy about results, so they probably had a fun week this week. In a big spot for Vandy. So
big spot for Vanderbilt.
I think it's big
here.
for both teams.
I do
actually.
too. I kind of think it's big for Ole Miss, but it is undoubtedly a big spot for Vanderbilt.
All right, Georgia at Auburn. Probably not going to be a good day for the Dogs.
Good luck.
Florida at LSU. Probably not going to be a good day for the Bengal Tigers.
I wouldn't think. Although they've played really hard, and when you're Florida, and you're a big game for other people, yet you go into a place like this where you got Mardi Gras still going on. Is that right? Probably not going to have a big crowd. You're going to have to create some of your own energy. These games can get a little weird for the top teams.
When Florida gets healthy, though, good gosh.
Listen, a team that could cut the nets down on Monday night.
I told you, I'm literally placing a futures bet on them.
I mean, I think there's 4, 5, 6 teams that have legitimate shots to win the whole thing.
Somebody's going to have to talk me out of not picking Florida to win my bracket.
And Florida is one of those teams.
All right. Kentucky at Alabama.
It's a big spot for Alabama.
Huge spot for Alabama. I think Alabama.
They're fine. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, you kind of want, like you said, you kind of want to get going a little because there are some really difficult games on the schedule. They still have to go to Auburn. They still play Florida. They still got Tennessee.
Yeah, I like Alabama here because Kentucky can't defend. They didn't defend last night either. I like Kentucky. I like Alabama to win at home. I think they'll score 100 points on Saturday.
Ooh, he rolled that ankle, boy.
I can't watch that stuff. I think Alabama gets to 100 on
against the Cats.
At home.
I kind of agree with you.
They about got to 100 last night, but I think they'll get to 100. All right, Missouri at Arkansas. Sneaky. I like the Tennessee-Texas A&M game, and probably after that,
this is
probably number 2, maybe number 1 best game of the weekend, in my opinion.
This might be the most entertaining game of the weekend.
Missouri at Arkansas. Obviously, we know that we just talked. Arkansas is playing really well right now. Missouri's playing really well right now.
Arkansas's got to go win.
They got them at home.
You got to go win if you're Arkansas.
You got to win this one.
Because if you win this one,
there's a must win.
Yes.
All right, must win for Arkansas.
Because you get Texas at home. And then the rest of their schedule, we went over it this morning. It's Mississippi. It's Mississippi State at home. This isn't in order. At South Carolina and at Vanderbilt.
So they got Missouri at home. They got Texas at home. They got South Carolina and Vandy on the road, and then Mississippi State back at home.
So you could win this one and get rolling and potentially win 5 in a row to finish the season, and that would get you to 8. You'd have no pressure. No, they get you to 9, wouldn't it? They're at 4.
They are right now. They are 4-9.
Yeah, so that would get you to 9-9. 8 and 10, they're in.
All right, so here's
they got to
get in.
They got to beat. Yes, if they beat Missouri. If they don't beat Missouri, you put yourself in a spot where you got to win out.
I think they beat Texas at home. I think they beat South Carolina and Vandy on the road. That's 3 right there. It gets you to 7.
Yeah, and that might be enough.
And then that will get you to 7. So KenPom has them at 7-11.
Finish with State at home.
You got State at home and Missouri. If you win one of those two, if you win, basically, I think if they either A, beat Missouri at home, or B, beat State at home, they're in. That's kind of my path.
Okay.
If they win one of those 2 games, they're in.
Yeah. Could
All
be.
Right.
Could be. They've
Missouri, though, look.
Metrically, I saw a stat since February the 1st, Arkansas is the 15th best team in the country. But that will mean absolutely nothing to the committee if you don't have wins.
No, it will not.
I think what Saturday is kind of a litmus test day. Like last Saturday was Alabama-Auburn, the big game, and everybody was jacked up. And I get it, right? There was a lot of big games, Mississippi State and Ole Miss. There was a lot of rivalry kind of games. The theme this week is this is kind of litmus test for some teams.
100%.
Like I think this is litmus test for Vanderbilt. In some ways, a litmus test for Ole Miss after the way that their game last Saturday went. I think this is a litmus test for Arkansas. Yeah, you've come close, but now you got to go get it. This is a litmus test for Alabama. You're fine, but you need to show up and beat somebody and kind of get you a little bit of your swagger back. Who else was a litmus? Everybody else is kind of like, but I give the league credit. I mean, every single Saturday there are entertaining games that are worth watching. And Texas A&M, Tennessee, Vanderbilt, Ole Miss, Arkansas, Missouri. If those are the 3 games you watch, I think you're seeing 3 interesting games. That Texas A&M Tennessee game you might be playing for a 2 seed.
Yeah, that's good. And then Texas is on the road at South Carolina, and I am going hot take here. South Carolina gets their first SEC win Saturday at home, hosting the Longhorns.
Oh, wow.
It's my hot take.
Yeah, I can't go there.
South Carolina gets their first SEC win Saturday at home against the Longhorns. There you go.
Yeah, okay.
You're not going there with me?
No, you're on that. You're
letting me do this one by myself?
You're on that one alone.
Really?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I mean,
I can't believe you're going to let me on that just by myself.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's all I got today, boss.
We're brought to you by Factor. Are you ready to optimize your nutrition this year? Factor has chef-made gourmet meals that make eating well easy. They're dietitian approved. They are ready to heat and eat in 2 minutes, so you can feel great no matter what life throws at you. Factor arrives fresh, fully prepared, perfect for any active, busy lifestyle. Lose up to 8 pounds in 8 weeks with Factor Keto meals based on a randomized, controlled clinical trial with Factor Keto. 40 options across 8 dietary preferences on the menu each week. It's easy to pick meals according to your goals. You can choose from Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, Keto, and more. Eat smart with Factor. Get started at factormeals.com/factorpodcast and use code FACTORPODCAST to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's code FACTORPODCAST at factormeals.com/factorpodcast to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. And hey, it's going into the weekend. It's Mardi Gras. So it's the perfect time. If you haven't tried it, get that Parish Brewing Company beer. You'll love it. All they try to do at Parish Brewing Company is make awesome craft brewed beer, and they do it. You got Ghost in the Machine. You got Dr. Juice. You got the American Pale Ale Envy. You got Cane Break as we start. It's going to start getting warm. I know everybody's like, oh, my God, it's cold. It's going to get warm. Tyler's willing to tell you that he thinks South Carolina is going to win over Texas on Saturday. I'm willing to tell you that by May, it's going to get hot. There you go. There you go. You decide which guarantee you want to go with. I feel damn good about mine. So start lining up your Parish Brewing Company products. You won't regret it. And we're brought to you by Easy Hemp Co. Easy is a hemp-infused sparkling water. It's a guilt-free alcohol alternative. It's a natural way to relax and unwind. Chill. It's all natural. It's made with real fruit, no added sugar, low calorie. It's gluten-free. One 12-ounce can of Easy, Tyler, has 3 milligrams of THC.
I've heard.
With Easy, it's easy to avoid the gummy scare and control your experience. So change the can, not the ritual. It's easy. Visit easyhempco.com to view the Easy Finder. Find Easy near you. It's Farm Bill compliant with hemp derived from THC, CBD extracts. Easy is for people 21 and older. Enjoy responsibly.
I need to get, is Grind still in the chat? I need to get an Easy review from Grind. That's what we need. I need an Easy review from Grind. Grind, you need to go find you some Easy. We need a review on the old Easy. That's what we need. All right, Scoops. You know what? In case you get lost over the weekend and you need to find your way back home, you can discover Garmin at PTG Outdoors. From cycling and running watches to tax indoor cycling, Garmin brings innovation to your fitness journey. You can track health metrics, explore maps, and enjoy GPS precision for cycling, golf, and outdoor adventures. Dive deeper with swim tracking, train smarter with dog tracking tools, and monitor performance on land and water. Explore Garmin's range, including smartwatches, scales, and advanced off-road instruments. Available now, Scoops.
Right now.
At PTGOutdoors.com. And if you just need something, go get your favorite outdoors person. Something special from PTG Outdoors.
Yeah.
And you know what else, Scoops?
That's what you're getting, Aaron, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Scoops, right now, if you got you're looking for a vehicle.
Absolutely.
You actually,
yeah. I mean, it's possible.
Do you know right now when you get your Doge payment from $5,000, you can turn it into $7,500? How can you do that? Because right now at Kia of Meridian, they're taking $2,500. If you put $2,500 down on your vehicle, they're going to match it.
Are you telling me
they're going to match it?
Is that what you? So I put $2,500 down.
Yeah,
they're basically just going to give me $2,500
free. Like, you ever heard of free money? You have now
Wow,
at
it's
Kia of Meridian.
That's unbelievable.
Big savings are happening right now at Kia Meridian. You can get $10,000 in rebates and 0% financing on select models.
Incredible.
Plus, for a limited time, they're matching your down payment. That means more car for your money all month long. Don't wait. These deals won't last. Kia of Meridian, where great deals drive home with you. Give them a call at area code 601-483-6444. And remember,
No.
when you buy.
You were serious earlier.
I was serious. I was not playing. It's not a joke.
Wow.
You go see Trav. You buy a car from Kia Meridian, and Trav's going to pull it out, and he's going to say, no, Tucker. And he's going to say, spin the wheel. And win awesome prizes like a PS5, Xbox, a TV, and more.
Trav's like, hold on now. Don't overpromise.
Hey, Trav's in the chat. He says, I wish Doge would give these folks 750 credit scores. The hell with the money. That's great. That's great. Go see our good friend Trav and all the good folks at Kia Meridian. They'll take care of you today. That's all I got, Holmes. Hang on. Go ahead.
We've been brought to you by our friends at Rain Total Body Fuel. They've been with us now for 262 shows.
How about that? How
about that?
Bob was in here earlier.
Yeah.
Bob, I think Bob's traveling. I think he was traveling today.
Rain Total Body Fuel. 300 milligrams natural caffeine, BCAAs, electrolytes, no sugar at all, zero sugar, in fact, none. It has everything that you need,
all of it,
to push all of your limits. You want to achieve your goals? I know you do. You need Rain. To learn more about Rain, just go to Instagram. Go to Instagram.com and say, Rain Body Fuel. And it's going to tell you everything you need to know.
You see Trav?
Yeah. Tell Trav, hey, I'm buying a car. He'll pull it out. It's simple as that. The wheel.
No,
The
Tucker.
wheel. Goodness.
Love it. Hey, before we go, how about this? Our boy Taylor Moore is tied 15th. He's in contention.
Let's go.
Mexico Open this weekend. He's playing well. How about this? My guy had 7 birdies today, so he's playing well. We had a little issue on the 1, 2, and 10 tee today. And so he had two bogeys, and we had a little water ball there on one today. But my man was firing him up today. So he had 7 birdies today. I think that tied the most birdies today. So he will be in contention. He's playing well.
You put me on the golf course with water, and I promise you I will find that water.
Yeah. So
over and over and over again.
Taylor, well, when you ran the stat, because I do fantasy golf, when you run the like in the field this week, he leads the field in strokes gained off the tee, which means it's an analytical deal, but what it says, strokes gained off the tee, where he puts himself in position. He's crushing the driver. And the good thing about the way he's putting well, he had over 100 foot of putts today. He's putting out of his mind. Once he gets his approach game, his iron play, it's getting better. It will get better as time. He's explaining it gets better with time, but he is around the green, putting, driving, everything. He's just got to hone in his irons, and so. But that's why he played a few weeks ago. He played a whole tournament where he was bogey free, the only player on the whole tour that did it. So he's playing well. So I think we got a win coming pretty quick here for our guy Taylor Moore.
How about that?
Yeah. So hopefully it's this weekend.
I mean, the message of that is, come on, McCready and Siskey, and you will win a PGA golf tournament.
Yeah.
How simple as that?
You know who else followed us on social media?
I don't.
Harold Varner III. He's on the Live Tour now. He's a golfer. He's sponsored by Jordan. He also, now we have another PGA.
Well, there you go.
He's Live. So we have a Live golfer.
Are we gonna get a NASCAR driver on?
We need to. I need to talk to Bob about that. Well, we can probably work that out at Talladega. We'll figure that part out.
I mean,
because they sponsor Monster and they sponsor like Riley Herbst. They sponsor Tyler Reddick and Ty Gibbs.
Because I'm cheering for one of the Monster people. I'm gonna pick a guy, and that's gonna be my guy.
You got 3 to pick from: Riley Herbst, Tyler Reddick, and Ty Gibbs. Those are your 3.
It's probably gonna be one of these things where I'm going to let people campaign for who I should pick.
Yeah.
What does that sound? Did you hear that? Oh, I think it's the geese.
What in the hell is that?
Sounds like geese. They get loud about this time of day. There's like a bunch of them that kind of roam the neighborhood.
Geese roaming the neighborhood.
Like seriously, they live around here somewhere.
Pond, you got a pond across there.
Yeah,
right?
they go to the pond.
Okay.
Well, you know that water's cold right now.
Oh man. I can't read that last.
No.
No.
Nope.
We're not even on TikTok, and I'm not reading that.
Nope.
Nope. Not getting me, sir. No Tucker. No, that would be a no Diddy.
Yeah, nope. On that note, we will be back on Monday with another edition of McCready and Siskey, powered by Rain. Have a great weekend. I'll be doing a solo version of Hand Raise Guys, I don't know, hour and a half from now-ish.
Bob says he's 33,000 feet right now, listening, leaving Tucson, heading back to the ATL.
Oh, that's a long
Well, Bob,
flight.
let me tell you what.
That's a long flight.
Bob, tell that dude to turn the plane around because it's cold when you land at Atlanta. I bet the weather's a lot nicer in Tucson than it is in hot Atlanta right now.
Hey, at this point, if you just land right side up, you're good.
That's the new thing. I know we're against it, but that's the new thing, right? Is so we've turned the page on the vid on the Wuhan flu. We've turned the page. Now, if you watch, they just try to scare the shit out of people. Like, I haven't watched the news in forever.
Right.
Okay. I made the mistake yesterday of watching the news.
Yeah.
Freaking, it's like, it's dangerous flying now. It's like they're just scaring it, like the fear.
Yeah, they show you the two little one person planes that collided in Arizona and go, see, it's not safe.
99.999999% of the people will never even fly in a private plane or much less a Cessna. And they're just, the aviation's all, we're running and colliding into each other. Now, on a real topic, like, brother, there's not many things up there. Like colliding planes is difficult to do.
Yeah.
Colliding planes is difficult to do. Like, there's not a lot of them up there, considering how much space they have.
Bob leaving us with the tease. Announcement soon on some football players going to be part of the Rain family.
Uh-oh.
How about that?
Bob leaving the teaser.
How about that?
Bob leaving the teaser. Yeah, but Bob, tell them to turn the plane around. It's cold as shit in Atlanta. Joints be hurting. I hurt like hell today.
But I'll open up the Campbell Clinic hotline, and it will be one of those shows that will go about as long as you guys want the show to go. You want the show to go, you'll call. You don't want the show to go any longer, it won't ring, and that'll be night. Until then, talk to you guys soon. Take care.